Aloha everybody, this is day 18 with our oyster mushrooms growing on cane grass. We turned some weeds we had growing here on the land into some delicious food and hopefully healthy soil. If you want to check out how we did this using low-tech mushroom cultivation techniques and just using materials that we had here on the land, check out the rest of our video. Yo, we're back. It's been about 4 years since we did our last low-tech mushroom video, and a good buddy of mine, well, now a good buddy of mine, had a bunch of extra spawn, so he hooked me up, which prompted another project going on. But I'm excited because I haven't done a mushroom thing in a while, so I'm gonna do another mushroom project. And I figured since the last video got received so well, I'll do a full video kind of showing a new process. Last time we did banana leaf from that patch over there. Now we'll be doing some like cane grass and some other grasses and invasive stuff, some wood chip stuff. So here's some different substrates we've gathered. Right here I have some sugar cane. There's very little of it, but we're gonna do an experiment with, those are just some dried sugar cane leaves. Right here I have some mulberry, and this is actually a koa branch. I'm gonna throw that in there. That'll be my wood chip experiment. Then I have a bunch of this huge cane grass. This isn't the normal cane grass. This is like the crazy monster one that kind of looks like bamboo. But I'm super interested to see what this is like. I'm gonna do some normal cane grass as well, but you can see there's already a good amount of fungal activity. These have been drying for about a week. Nothing really dries too much out here, but it's about as dry as I've been able to get them in a week. So yeah, we'll definitely see if this wood ash cold bath will be good enough to pasteurize these guys. All right, we're ready to do our cold bath. Essentially the method I use is wood ash pasteurization, so it's like a cold water bath for 12 to 24 hours, possibly less. That's kind of the time frame I've been working with now. No real measurement on the wood ash, just maybe like 2 or 3 decent shovelfuls. So I err on the side of more than less, but you know, whatever you can get away with. Using that bucket, that green bucket right over there, an old grimy bucket. I sprayed it out really well, but still, you know, pretty gnarly. But just figured if that's the place that the wood ash is going to be sterilized or pasteurizing, it shouldn't really matter that much. Cool pro tip from the people of YouTube: using those like onion bag things for soaking. Way better than what I was doing before. Just go ahead and scoop that ash off of there. Looks like it may or may not clean something. We'll see.
So it's been about 20 hours that our substrates have been soaking overnight. And if all is successful, these will all be pasteurized. This is not exactly what you think of when you think of pasteurization.
All right. Got the substrate bags out of the cold bath. Let them hang up for a little while I wrench on some stuff. And we'll get to cleaning the buckets and putting it all together. Just cleaned out this bucket. I know it looks pretty grimy, but it was actually a lot worse. I'm gonna pour some bleach and water solution into here so I can clean the pots before we fill them with the substrate. Alright, so here we are in the lab. Okay, so I just finished filling this one. I'm leaving about an inch or two of room for air at the top, and then I'm going to put some saran wrap over this and cover it with those plates so I can stack them. The other experiment I'm going to do, I'm going to put a few of these there, the ones with those big holes in them. I'm going to try and stack them like a totem and try and get the mycelium to form one big colony. Alright, we're down here. I got them colonizing just in the tool room under the house. I threw these black trash bags over them. It's going to be a little day 4, or it's been like a little over 3 days. We'll check the progress on this one. Yeah, so day 3, it's hard to see with that precipitation on the top there. I have some saran wrap up there, but you can see it's very actively colonizing and eating that cane grass. It's been just over 3 days.
It's been 2 weeks and our mushrooms are starting to pop. And there's one up here.
Today's day 16, and come check out our mushrooms. So this is our 3-stack totem of our grassy mixture. It's been pinning for about 3 days.
It's day 18 and the mushrooms are almost ready to harvest. Some over here, some over here, some over here, some over here.
So in addition to being low waste, the cool thing about these is that you can just pop them right off and they're good to cook with.
Alright, so it's day 24. The wood chips have finally fruited. We're about to cook some of these up for dinner. But yeah, first round, I'd say the grasses are definitely the winner. They, pinned and fruited really quickly. They're actually already pinning for their second round already. And just having so much fun doing these low-tech mushroom grow methods at home. We have kind of the perfect climate for growing it here. So if you live in a wet part of the islands, anywhere up Malka, growing oyster mushrooms should definitely be on your list of to-dos. Especially if you have kids, the kids love it. And it's just incredibly easy. Now at this point, if you're like me, the main question is, so what next? Do they keep growing? Can you keep making it happen? Long story short, yes, but the more that you continue the spawn and get further away from that original like sterile spawn culture, whether it's grain spawn or sawdust spawn, it's just going to get a little bit weaker. And once the colony actually fruits out, it's just not nearly as aggressive. So if you are trying to kind of keep it going and proliferate it forever, then I would suggest keeping one of these just for continuing to spawn, and don't ever let it fruit out. You'll probably have your best luck doing that. But in my opinion, that's kind of the fun of growing mushrooms. This is our first time doing these Phoenix or Italian oysters. But like every time you can get a new variety. Next time we might do pinks for the summer. There's elm oysters. There's all sorts of different varieties. So, there's all sorts of different varieties. So it's kind of like growing a garden, you know. You can just plant new seeds every year and see what happens. All done on low-tech methods. The only thing that we had to buy was the grain spawn, really. So all these pots, all the substrates and everything were here on the land. So just having so much fun turning weeds and random pieces of wood into food.